Hey, what's happening, guys? It's Joku. Feels good as shit to be making a video after a win. It's been a minute since we've been able to make a video after a solid win. I'm hyped up as shit right now, so I'm not going to lie to you guys. We're going to go through this, and I'm going to show you guys, because I get hit up in the comments section all the time, like, we still got an outside shot at making the playoffs. You guys are right. And I know in the comments I told you, man, you guys got to be realistic. We were in the middle of a terrible losing streak right then. We were getting the shit kicked out of us. And I'm not going to lie, I lost a little bit of my optimism. We all saw what was happening. Everybody was down on Carr. Kept getting injury after injury. Got another injury today. Mullins, I hope you're good, dude. That was a hard shot he took, and that was the second shot he took. And he got taken off in the stretcher. He was moving down there, and he threw his arm up afterwards. So I don't know if it's anything like super serious, but it could be something that has him out for the last game of the season. But man, you guys are right. We're going to take a look at it. We got an outside shot at the playoffs. It's going to take a perfect storm of bullshit to get us there. But everything worked out today. And if it works out next week, then yeah, we will claim that wild card spot. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate that. Let's jump into this so I'll show you guys what we're looking at. In order for us to make the playoffs this week, we had to beat the Chargers, which we did. Baltimore had to beat Cleveland. They did. The Jets had to beat Pittsburgh. This is the one that I did not see happening, but the Jets went out there and they beat Pittsburgh. I was happy as shit to see that. There's a pretty good part of me that hates Pittsburgh, so suck it. The Saints had to beat the Titans. That happened. And then the Colts had to beat the Panthers. This was the week that I was pretty sure was going to do us in. That's why I was telling everybody to be realistic. But this happened. Every one of these games panned out for us this week. So next week, we are still alive, and we have a shot at claiming a wild card at 8-8. It comes down to the Colts, but all these games have to play out exactly like this. If one of these games has a different outcome, we're done. But you can screenshot this shit if you want to, just so you have it on your phone, so when you're watching the games next week, you can see what happens. We got to go to Denver and beat Denver. If our defense played like they played today, I do not see that being a problem. But there's a serious chance that we don't have Mullins. So be wary of that. That will make a difference in this game. Locke does like to just air that ball out. The Browns need to beat the Bengals. That's pretty much going to happen. The Ravens have to beat Pittsburgh. This should be an easy game, but the Ravens clinched today, clinched the first seed. So I could see a lot of people sitting out in this game for them, saving them for the playoffs. But I'd like to see them go out there and maybe just play the first half just to stay in rhythm and just kind of pull out to a lead. But this is going to be probably the biggest game next week besides our own. So keep a close eye on this one because we need Baltimore to beat Pittsburgh next week. The Texans in Tennessee, I see the Texans getting revenge coming out there. I have a feeling they're going to end up kicking the shit out of the Titans. And then the Colts can beat the Jags. So, honestly, there is a chance. It's really going to come down to that Ravens game, and it's going to come down to our game. I think we can win our game, and if the Ravens play their starters for at least a little bit, they should be able to win that game. So, there it is, guys. Shit. We have an outside shot at getting out there, taking the wild card spot at 8-8, which I'll be the first one to tell you. I'd be completely wrong. You guys were right. We had an outside shot and we got the wild card. I'm truly hoping that shit happens. I truly am. I really thought this was going to be the week that screwed it for us, and all these games panned out for us. So if this happens next week, guess what? We're in the wild card. We're in the playoffs. Let's go ahead and jump into this game real quick. I know every YouTuber out there, every podcast guy is super excited tonight, so I'm not going to fully break down this game because I'm sure you guys are pretty sick of hearing it. But I just wanted to point out a few quick things real quick. Derek Carr, for all you Carr haters out there, he stepped up. You cannot argue that shit. He stepped up today. He was shorthanded. His offensive line was hurt. Didn't have Jacobs. He stepped up and carried this team. 26 for 30 for 291 and a touchdown. I really wanted him to go over 300 yards this game. I truly did. I think we got a little conservative in that fourth quarter. I think we probably could have saved Mullins from laying in a hospital bed all night if we would have just gone for it instead of running that misdirection on 3rd and 7 for about 3 or 4 yards. Carr was playing great today, and the slant was destroying them today. And either throw that quick little slant or maybe, throw a 7-yard out just to pick up that first, and we could have ended the game right there. But I get it. We had a 2-score lead. We were playing the time possession game. That is Gruden's way. But every now and again, I think you take that shot, even if you stop the clock, just to go ahead and see if you can finish the game out at that point. But Carr had his touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown. I know a lot of you guys out there are probably scared as shit. I was so happy. I wanted to see him dive with one hand. Not really. But it would have been cool to see if he would have put two hands on it. I think Washington truly stepped up today. I know I tell a lot of people that he's not going to be on this team next year, and I truly don't know if he is, but he made a big push for himself to stay on this team. And if not, he made a push for himself to be on somebody else's team as the... still don't think he's a number one, but as a solid number two back for them. I think him and Jacobs are just too similar. That's my only fault that I have in him. It's just you want to have a different kind of running style come out there when you're spelling somebody. So Washington, props to you. Over 100 all-purpose yards. Had the big touchdown for us. Richard actually played a pretty decent game. He ended up having those 4 catches for 18. He had his 5 carries for 11. I know his average kind of sucked, but he was coming through in key situations. And then Carr with his little scamper to the end zone for 3 yards. Hunter Renfrow stepped up today. And this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. You can see it. Ty Williams is feeling better. He's finally starting to get over that plantar fasciitis. Finally got Hunter Renfrow back in there. I know we didn't have Josh Jacobs, but our running game was working well enough to where they had to respect it. And we were able to start spreading the ball around, and Carr was able to kind of not really get his footing back there because our offensive line was beat up. They did get to him 2.5 times today. So, but getting those pieces back, and that's why I keep telling you guys, if we had that number one receiver to take the pressure off of Williams and Renfrow, it's going to make a world of difference, man. We have to get that number one guy out there. Ty Williams has stepped up. I will give it to him. I know he was injured for a while, but he's putting up like true number 2 receiver numbers right now. So if we had that number one, and then you have Renfrow, you have Waller back there, our receiving crew's looking pretty good if we can just lock down that number 1 spot. I heard a dude say yesterday on the Hardcore's podcast, I don't know if you guys know who Hardcore Raider is. He does a show on Saturday nights where he brings a bunch of Raider dudes together. And they all sit there and just talk Raider football. And it's really cool. If you're not subscribed to him, go check him out. It's really a cool show. He brings together some big names, a lot of the dudes that we're all subscribed to. And they're just all in one video talking amongst each other. And it's cool as shit to see. But one of them was saying that we are going to go out there and just kind of look at Cleveland, get one of those 2 big receivers out there. It's either going to be Landry or Odell. I'd honestly rather see Landry come over and be our number 1. He has the talent. He's a veteran receiver, and he would be a huge difference maker on this team. I'm not going to say that's what's going to happen, but in a perfect world, in my perfect world, I would like to see that happen. But these dudes all stepped up today. Carr was spreading the ball around. Hunter, awesome to have you back. He's showing that, he is that number 3 spot. That is guaranteed. And Waller played well enough and Williams played well enough today to where we were able to get Renfrow pretty freed up in the one-on-ones. And if you get him in a one-on-one and he catches one of those slants and that first dude slips or just misses that tackle by an inch, he's gone. We saw it today. Our defense, Will Compton. You want to know why our defense played so good? We had a middle linebacker today. Compton stepped up. He had 12 total tackles today. We shut down that running game today almost completely. I know that Gordon had those 2 touchdowns, but statistically wise, we ruined them. And Worley had a pretty big game. The 2 dudes that I wanted to talk about the most, Nixon and Lawson, stepped up and played huge games. I think Riley did pretty good. I would give him more credit if he didn't take Mullins out of that game, but it was a clean shot. Just the receiver ducked. He ended up going straight in on him. Looked a lot like that Abrams injury, which sucked to see when Abrams leveled, Carl Joseph on that back end. So just keep an eye on it. Like I said, man, we are looking good right now, but injuries are still killing us. Phillip Rivers had a shit day. I was so happy that we beat him in what's most likely his last game in LA. And the fact that we swept them his last season in LA, I'm still hoping he retires. He might go to somebody that's just garbage and end up just rotting away, and he deserves every second of that. So enjoy your beating, Rivers. You deserve it. The running game, look at that. Melvin Gordon, 9 for 15. Eckler, 4 for 11. That's huge. These 2 touchdowns he had, they were both goal line runs, so We did a great job against the run today. We haven't done that in a minute, and we shut their running game down. Rivers did spread the ball around. I mean, these dudes have had pretty big days, but they were never able to get in the house. We went with that bend, don't break. And then the defense, Derwin James, he was our biggest threat. He went out there and had a decent game. Picard didn't throw any picks, got sacked 2.5 times. But we looked damn good today. So let me know what you guys think. I know it's a perfect storm for us to get into the playoffs. But I mean, shit, it happened this week. Why can't it happen next week? And if it does, we squeak into that wild card spot. I guarantee you Jacobs will come back out of his injury to make sure that we can get in and win that game. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think we have a shot at this? I know this video has been a little bit of hype, but at the same time, man, if we got a fucking shot, I'm going to be hyped up about it. It's who I am. It is part of being a fucking Raider fan. Could be the longest shot in the world. And if we got a shot, I believe in it. So let me know what you guys think. Keep an eye on those games next week. We'll be back in a day or two to break down those games a little bit more just to see if we got a pretty good shot at it. See if the Ravens are going to be playing their starters. But until then, guys, I appreciate everybody that watches. I'm Son Joku. Click that subscribe button. We will see you guys next time.